Alright, welcome back to All the Shiny. I'm sorry if that was really loud. I sometimes have volume control. So I bought these paints a long time ago. These are Artist Loft paints, and I am trying to swiftly test them before my husband gets here. Yeah, that's not a right brush. There's a Crayola brush. I am looking just for just the right brush. Where are my Crayola brushes? Houston, we have a problem. I was sure I put my Crayola brushes in here. And there's only one in here. And I know it's in here. What? Well then. I am missing a bunch of brushes. How weird is that? Sorry for the technical difficulty, folks. We are missing some paintbrushes. So I'm just going to have to use this one, whatever it is, and drop the pen cap and make loud noises. I am 5 for fighting today. So this is a 36 color set, and I'm not even sure how to swatch that many colors in such a little place. These are extremely chalky paints. I would not even recommend getting them for your kids. I will be doing tutorials with them, just because, for the heck of it. But can you imagine swatching this many colors? We're going to do it. And we're going to try to do it in the 15 minutes before my husband gets here. And I have to run to the store. He's already probably right here. He works like seriously 5 minutes away from home, so. We're working here, folks. I really need to get a small spray bottle. We're going to work on that today. We're going to run to Raleigh World, and I'm going to get some Crayola paints, and we're going to do another swatch. And that'll probably be our final swatch for this journal, because I want to move on to buying books and doing them with all the colors I have. Ooh, we're running out of water. Alrighty there. So how do we switch 36 colors? I think we're going to start with white like we always do. And then notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to divide the paper into 4 sections, at least horizontally, so that way I can keep my mind straight. The other one has 4 rows as well, so I might as well just do the whole thing. That one's out of, great. We're also out of that. And the rest of these are way too wide. So give me one moment, folks, while I figure things out. No, we're just going to figure it out. So if I take a pen, there we go. I don't know where my ruler is. I bet I have one in here. There we go. I am so discombobulated right now. That's better. Alright. So divide it down 4 rows that way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows that way. That's right, it's 36, isn't it? How many centimeters is this paper? Oh, I can almost perfectly do it. Look at that. works out better this way. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's going to be a little narrow row. And then we're going to do this. I don't care that they're not even. I really don't care that I've swatched them. Because there is my husband and he's going to come in, so I am going to pause this video and while he makes a bunch of noise to get in the house. No boys, out boys, out. You too, you're a boy, out. Sorry about that. Turn around and find out all the boys are in here. We don't allow boy cats in this room because they are rambunctious and break things. Anyway, we are back. My husband is off doing husbandy things. And although I've already added water to this, they're not as flowy as I would like, so I mixed some QoR Medium with this. You can tell this says water, this is QoR Medium. I'm going to have to label this soon. And here comes my kitty to tell me how much she loves me. So I added 3 or 4 drops to this whole jar of QoR Watercolor Medium. Hi, beautiful. Let me doing a video. I realize it's going to take a lot longer to dry out, and that's okay. I'm probably going to start with the Crayola set, but I'm going to be using the set soon anyway. And I know we probably should just put that in our water. Oof. That's the other thing I don't like about it. The lids just fall right off. Which I guess is good if you want to leave a palette like this on your desk. We're going to open the other palette real quick. Try not to break it. Oops. No, still not time for baby. Give me a minute. She wants a hug. Hi, baby case. Come here. You're a good baby. See, you're a good baby. Come here. Come here. Very good baby. I know. He didn't say hi to you. I'm sorry. You're a good girl. Alrighty. So we're going to wet the iridescent or pearlized colors. These are different than the interference colors, as they are pearlized and they don't have shifting colors. So the interference colors we see with other palettes, what I've noticed is that they color shift and they are pretty much translucent on their own. So you put them over other things, as we did a couple swatches back. I do not recommend this brand, so we're just swatching for the hell of it at this point. I'm picking up a Crayola watercolor palette tonight to do our final swatch video for this journal, and then we're going to get into doing a daily short video. Alright, so while those wet themselves, we're actually going to clean this jar out. I buy distilled water, by the way, so I don't have any issues with color changing from the minerals or acidity of the water. we're going to clean this brush and we're going to set her aside. And we're going to swatch. We're going to see if this changes from the last swatch video of this color set. The thing about these colors is that when you say they're chalky, they actually have a feel to them, like chalk grinding on a chalkboard. It's really annoying. So painting them is really grindy. And this is the paintbrush they come with. You can also see they're not as vibrant once you get them on they look vibrant, but once you get them on the paper, it takes a lot of thick layers to make them work. Or as you would, this one doesn't. Look how thick and pasty this is. There are also no labels. Unlike professional paints, you won't know what color you're actually playing with or how that color is going to interfere with other colors, because there's really no control. And there's no consistency between batches as well. But you know, these aren't non-toxic like Crayola paints either, so I don't know if they're non-toxic, I should say. They're not labeled. So if you are getting these for your wee young ones, I recommend getting non-toxic paints like Crayola, just to be safe side. Those are, though they're not meant to be eaten, there's nothing will happen to your child if you eat them. They're safe in that regard. But these don't say. I have the boxes, the packaging it came with, but it still doesn't say. Look at that. That one is I can't even keep it controlled. See how it won't even lay on the paper evenly. It's just really gummy. But we're going to do that book anyway. I do like that adding the QoR Medium made it more flowy. So it does, so you see they're wanting to move across the paper now, which is a really nice effect. But now that it's been added into the paint, I can't get it out. It's going to be in there forever, so we'll just have to remember that. Boys out. Boys out. You broke my sewing machine. You have to stay out. So the two cats that are allowed in here are both calicos, and they're both very docile. They don't get into cabinets, they don't destroy things, they just sit there and bathe themselves and sleep. But the boys come in here and they get up on top of shelves, they knock things over. The one I just told to leave, he fell off the shelf one day, broke all of my candle holders that I had saved up so long to get, and the sewing machine. And I had to wait months before we can afford another $200 sewing machine. It was sad. I was so sad. So, I do not have professional supplies in general. We are poor folk. I'm doing this by the seat of my britches. Anyway, we're almost done with this palette. It's funny, all I have to do is speak in a gruff voice and they do whatever I ask. That's when you know a cat really trusts you. Developing that hardcore relationship with them. Oh, this is coming apart. There we go. There's a lot of greens here, isn't there? So if you're wondering why these paints look better than your swatches, it's because hey, out. I added QoR medium color to this. So what I'm talking about is this. I added like 4 drops of this into a water bottle like this, and then re-wet everything after adding like 4 or 5 drops of pure water to all of these. So that's why they're getting flowy, and they're actually having a granulating effect, which is really lovely right now. This one's really opaque. I even tried adding water to it. So what I'm wiping my brush on is just a plain cotton washcloth. You can get them 18 for like $5 at Walmart. And I figured that's the easiest thing, they just wash out. And these paints are extremely thirsty. I'm having to add more water to them. Final color, and then we can do it in the interference ones. Whatever colors these are, I don't know because they're not labeled. These are like $7 palettes, so I'm not concerned with adding chemicals to it or whatever. And rescue that paint. Alrighty, so we are going to switch palettes now. And we're going to set this one aside. You can't close it up because, did I get that clean? Yeah, I got that clean. I have also treated these brushes with soap, so they once you wash a brush with actual soap, so I have this, but I actually use just regular Dr. Bonner's bar soap, and I melted it into water, and then I treat the brushes by dipping them in there. It's like a gel, you can see it's like a gel. And then this, wash them. Blast of the water, that's why I'm using the water jug. And you're just going to rinse that really well. And it helps with absorbency, so the brushes become better able to hold up water. So that's a little pro tip. I'm going to switch this over. Alrighty, now that this has soap in it, we can't use it. So I'm going to get a fresh one and add water to it. I'll use this later for cleaning brushes. There we go. I'm going to pause the video here because my husband's about to walk all the way through the house closing doors, and you don't want to hear that. Alrighty, we are back. He's made his trip. Now we're going to do the pearl colors. These are not interference, these are pearl. I did add some water with QoR Medium into the water. So I put 4 drops of that into that bottle of water and then wet everything. So it has improved flow, as you can see on the paper where it's now nicely drying. I don't think we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we don't need all 9, so we're going to just start here. These are really beautiful colors. I'm going to hold them down so it doesn't run everywhere. Oh, I really love how they're just like jelly now. Look at that. These are really beautiful colors. They're not light fast though. They're not professional watercolors. They're a bit chalky. They're a bit slimy actually. And the blues. These are not in the original order either because they keep falling out of their little cups. So I'm hoping adding water to the bottom will help them glue it back together. Look at those all swirling together now. This is great. Orange, right? Yeah, I think we're at orange. These are unlabeled colors, so I really can't tell you what they are. Just have to make your best guesstimate. But they do re-wet well nice, so. Even if they don't like sticking to the palette. I'll move that up so you can see a little more. Where were we? Where'd this sit? It's a pretty white color. I certainly hope you can hear me, and I hope that the music, you can hear the music.
Hello, fairy darling.
Because I have no way of telling until I upload this if it's working. Why isn't this a pretty color blue? It's like a turquoisey. I'm gonna do the black last because I don't want it mixed in with the other colors we're doing. It's a lot of colors to swatch. Alrighty, that is all of them. I am going to pause the video and dry them. You can see, so what I mean by chalky, you can see how flat the colors are. Once you get them on paper, can you see they look really flat and not as vibrant. So I'm going to pause and dry this and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. They are mostly dry. You can see there's still some paint swatches, but since I'm not painting anymore for a few hours, we are just going to satisfyingly pull off this washi tape. And maybe I'll find some more thin washi tape like this because this is the last of what I have. It's so satisfying to pull those clean. I didn't even have enough to fully swatch this book. That is satisfying to pull it away. Look at that. So I hit this with a hot heat gun to dry it, which also helps lift that. So once again, this is Artist Loft watercolors. This is the Pearl colors. This is the regular set. They were like $7 a set when I got them years ago. I added a couple drops of this into water and then wet them with this so that hopefully they will flow better, and they did. Look how much nicer they are. It did make them into nicer paints. Probably another couple applications and they will be very much better. They are not professional. They're not even student grade. These are children's grade paints. But I would still recommend buying Crayola for little ones under the age of 5 or 6 or 8. Anybody who's going to put the paintbrush in their mouth, get them the Crayola, which is non-toxic and safe. We do not know what chemicals are in these. They're probably safe for the environment, safe to rinse down the drain, but I wouldn't put them in your mouth because some minerals can be toxic to humans. But remember, minerals just mean it's made out of a rock, and so these are probably also made out of plastics to make them shimmery, or mica or whatever. So not safe to eat, but definitely they came from the environment, they came from plants, they came from animals, they came from the ingredients in there came from natural sources, and so they will biodegrade and they're safe to dump outside or wherever. So anyway, this is done swatching this video. That's 36 of these colors and 28 of these colors. And I bought this with money my mom gave me a long time ago. Like a long time ago. These sat in storage forever. So anyway, just enjoy. I have 2 more sections to go, and I think we're going to put a Crayola and another brand of paint we're going to pick up at Walmart tonight there, and then we are going to put a myling set there, and that'll be all for swatching in this book, and we are done swatching for a while. We're going to move on to testing out paints in, like, using these actual paints to do watercolor group studies. So we're going to try a variety of paints and papers to do these skill building projects, so we can see how they work and how well they would work. Alright, this is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have much joy in painting and joy of color as I do. Take care, like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Unfortunately, I paused this for longer than I imagined. I thought I had paused it and finished the video. I evidently didn't. So I went ahead and swatched all this off camera. And so you can see I have the pearlized colors, not interference, not iridescent, but pearlized colors. And then I have the regular colors. These are Artist Loft, which I have added a few drops of QoR Medium to water and then wet them with this, so they would flow better onto the page because they were very chocolatey and gritty. And I would say it improved how they felt against the paper while painting. And you can see them swatched here. I do not recommend these paints for children. I would say these are not even student grade paints. These are lower than student grade paints. They're very chalky. They're probably not light fast. They're powdery. Once dry, they flake right off the page. The iridescent ones, however, are nice and fast. But look at that. They still pull off the page. They were like $7.50 when I bought them 4, 5, 6 years ago. And I am going to go ahead and use them through some painting things I have. If you have little kids who are going to stick stuff in their mouth when painting, please buy Crayola brand, as they are non-toxic. We do not know the ingredients of these. I'm sure there is a list out there someplace, but we do not know, and so they're not for children, but they're also not for a burgeoning artist. They are for play. They're fun for play. They're not going to be something you want to put on your wall or whatever, because they are not light fast, and they do not dry well to the page. They'll come off. I do see that where I add the QoR medium and made them a little granular. I'll probably buy a granulating medium at some point and probably use them for that. That would probably be really cool. So we are going to, after we swatch a myling set and a Crayola set on these final pages, we're going to start with one of the sets and go through these 150 skill building projects. And we're going to do that for all the paints, so we can see how they act on different papers, so we can see how the quality of the different paints. And we're going to do this book multiple times before we grab a new book and paint with that. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining All the Shiny. I am Renee, and please like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and let me know in the comments below what paints you would like me to try, what books you would like me to try, and if you have any tips or any comments. Take care and make it a great day.